Hello everyone! How are all you ghouls doing? Thank you all for tuning in for a fantastic time. On the last Monster High video, I made 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗃 and then spun the wheel and got Lagoona blue. So here we are today. Lagoona is one of my favorite monsters. G1 Lagoona is voice acted by one of my favorite voice actresses, the Laura Bailey. Some of you might recognize the name from Critical Role, so that's scary cool. I do wish they would have used an actual Australian voice actor, but I just can't hear anyone else but Laura now. Like usual, I've made the sim bases beforehand because I take so long to decide on anything. So I wanted to show you the skin details I already picked, and as always, the CC will be linked below in the comments and on my Tumblr. Speaking of CC, thank you to custom content creator 𝗙𝗏𝗃 for making an incredible G1 Lagoona hair. They have several Monster High G1 inspired hairs and I am obsessed. They also make highlight accessories, making the hair a breeze to put together. What wasn't a breeze was trying to find a flower hair accessory. Not all the ones I have worked with the hair map, and I just feel G1 is so well known for the flower that we needed one. Thankfully, I think I found the perfect one. But let's talk about everything you need to know about Generation 1 Lagoona Blue. She was born on June 10th, making her a Gemini. Geminis are known as adaptable social butterflies and being able to be friendly with everyone, and I think we see this a lot with G1 Lagoona. She is a light cyan-skinned sea monster with lime green eyes, freckles, grayish-purple eyebrows, and curly blonde hair with light blue streaks, which she says is due to the chlorine in the school's pool. I opted for the Sim's gray color for the brows because the purple was too much. In the show, I would describe her hair as more of the Sims cheese hair color, but I can't do that to our ghoul. She has fin-shaped ears, webbed hands, and fins on her arms and lower legs, all of them colored in a shade of cyan. For her makeup, she has light violet eyeshadow, like most of G1, deep pink lipstick, and hot pink nail polish. She is the oldest daughter of a sea monster and an ocean nymph. Her siblings are 𝗙𝗶𝗄𝗃, Dewey, Squirt, and Tadpole. She is from the Great Scarier Reef, where she was an aqua dancer until her dance was sabotaged, which led her to having a dancing phobia known as choreophobia. This is part of the reason she left and decided to attend Monster High, where she is now captain of the swim team. Eventually, she's called back to the reef where she gains clarity on her fear of dancing and restores an old friendship. Back at school, her problematic and long-term boyfriend is river monster Gillington, better known as 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗃. When we make him in The Sims, we can talk more about him and his family, but he doesn't deserve to take any more of Lagoona's time. She is part of several athletic teams, is vice president of the Student Disembodied Council, a member of the Frightingale Society Club, and works part-time at the Coffin Bean. Moreover, I love that G1 Lagoona is such an environmentalist. She is always helping aquatic animals. One of my favorite episodes is when she feels sorry for the little green bros, aka the frogs in science class. She rescues them from being dissected by finding them a new home in the lavatory. I wish Island Living had an aspiration pertaining to the conservationist career. In the career, you help clean up the island, and that is exactly what Lagoona would be doing in The Sims. Unfortunately, that is just one of the things Island Living is lacking. For this reason, I give her the beach life aspiration, even though Lagoona is way more active than that aspiration. I debated giving her bodybuilder because she's on the swim team, is a scary soccer player, and was part of the Skullsmith roller maze team. I think you could easily make this her aspiration when she becomes an adult in the game. But since she's a teen, I think the beach aspiration could quickly be done for this life stage. Her traits are athletic and child of the ocean, and for her preferences, you can go ahead and give it a pause when they come up. Hers are different than G3's. While Lagoona isn't a mermaid at Monster High, I feel that it's the best occult type for her in The Sims. Mermaids have a hydration need, and Lagoona's skin dries out so quickly. She has to use moisturizer. Her skill sets are what you would expect from a water monster. Breathing underwater, swimming super fast, and talking to marine life. And I do base her tail on the Great Scarier Reef look. You'll see here it's kind of that purplish color. And when I later on in the video unfreeze time, you'll be able to see the tail just a little bit better. I did give her 2 everyday outfits because I love the crop hoodies wave design that you'll see in a minute. And I'm obsessed with her formal wear. The pearl accents are perfect. The athletic design I think fits with both land and water. Sleep is okay. I didn't know what I wanted for it. How could I not use this outfit for her party wear? Warm weather feels like her essence. However, the cold weather is my favorite. I like to think she's wearing the Nessie shirt because she and Lorna have become friends after everything. Moving on to G3 Lagoona, she has probably one of the most hated redesigns. Not because the design is necessarily bad, but because of her new look and new backstory, she feels like a completely different character altogether. If G1 Lagoona didn't exist, I think people would have loved G3 as a new character. Monster High says she didn't test well with her blue design for G3, so they made her pink. But they made Frankie blue. I don't know, make it make sense. I think they just wanted another pink doll, more mermaid than sea creature. Since her father is supposed to be based on the creature from the Black Lagoon, similar to the other ghoul's parents originally being based on popular horror movie monsters, then her design should actually look closer to the Gill Man. Monster High released a creature from the Black Lagoon's collector doll that I think it's probably what G3 Lagoona should look like, and I say that because she is more saturated than I think a G1 doll would be. So then G1 would have had a similar look to that design, but with more muted colors. Alas, I think we were robbed, so I care little over her being blue or pink, and I think her name refers more to the movie The Blue Lagoon. Like, it fits well with her name Lagoon, which was referencing the classic horror story. Not because the Great Barrier Reef or Scarier Reef is blue, but enough ranting. Can't change what we have unless they make Generation 4. You can't see me wiggling my eyebrows, but trust me, Mattel, I am. A new line that focuses on what we originally loved about the first generation with darker vibes. Yes, please. I think doll makers and toy makers alike underestimate what kids would want as well. Like how with Encanto, they thought kids would want Isabella, but no, kids wanted Luisa, and they had thousands of Isabella dolls that didn't sell because they overproduced her in anticipation, then had to make way more Luisa dolls. G3's new look consists of light hot pink skin that leans almost coral at times, depending on the doll, with blue freckles. I didn't have blue freckles in-game. She has cyan gradient on her fin-shaped ears and feet up to her calves, and she has cyan scales on her forehead. All of this differs per doll and on the show. She has cyan, blonde, and lavender hair in a high ponytail with bangs pinned back with pearl hair clips. The lavender aspect varies, and I think it leans a little more pink at times. I prefer a lot of her newer dolls that skip the lavender altogether. Her eyebrows are teal blue, and her brown-gray eyes have a blue ring around the pupils. I don't have eyes like that, but I did my best to find eyes that included all 3 colors a little bit. She also has fins on the side of her lower legs and arms. Moon Neon Nature has a G3 version of the fins, but I just personally like the G1 fins better, and I think they match the dolls better. But if you prefer G3, there is a version that exists. For her makeup, she has bluish eyeshadow, hot pink lipstick, and cerulean teal nail polish. I gave her pink and blue nails to be more on theme with her. With all that out of the way, I must confess, I love G3 Lagoona, not for her doll or looks, but for her personality in the sadly canceled Nickelodeon show. She's adorable and iconic. She's also called the most bloodthirsty monster at school and has a family condition known as the chomps, which causes her to bite things when she's angry or stressed. I love this fierceness mixed with her softer, bubbly side, especially with her stuffed animal, a piranha named Senor Squeaky. Additionally, I find it hilarious that she says she eats her frenemies, but not to worry because they're ethically sourced. It's lines like those that are top tier. Now, when it comes to her background story, her father is still a sea monster and her mother a nymph, but her family is now Honduran and she grew up in a castillo with her huge family. What we know about her family is that there was a disagreement that caused a family divide, lots of chomping, and eventually the large family split and moved out, leaving her lonely. We also learn that she's related to another character, Finnegan Wake, because they share a great-grandkraken. It's revealed her ancestors stole the literal heart of one of his ancestors, and gosh, I love the writing in the show. The beginning was rough, but it got a lot better as it went on, and I would have loved to have seen more of it. I did attempt my hand at a custom tattoo for her scales and ears. This took a long time, many attempts, and it's not perfect, but it'll do. Lagoona filled her lonely times with fairy tales and telenovelas. Her favorite genre is romance, and she longs for her own life to be as magical and dramatic as the stories she loves. She's also extremely creative in her own right and loves writing and drawing. She's an excellent singer, and she's bilingual. When it comes to her own romance, we learn that she has had a relationship with an Australian ghost named Waylon. For the briefest moment, she and 𝗙𝗶𝗱 believe that they might be each other's true love, but this is really brief and never brought up again. Then we get to the new and improved 𝗙𝗵𝗻𝗄. I wish we got to see more of him. Mattel needs to make a doll for him ASAP. But back to our ghoul. She's a member of the swim team, the 𝗙𝗵𝗃 team, a member of GWA, the Ghoul Wraith Alliance, and one of my favorites, the Board Games Club. Her monster abilities are fast swimming and breathing underwater, obviously, talking to underwater creatures, hydrokinesis, allowing her to manipulate and generate water, can smell fear, and has a freaky fierce monster bite. Her traits are also child of the ocean and athletic. Her aspiration is to be a best-selling author since she loves writing and drawing her comics. Also, I would say give it a pause to see her preferences. They are different than G1's. She doesn't have a tail on the show. But I just feel if they made another movie and gave them all tails again, hers would look a little bit more Barbie-esque than G1's. For her second everyday outfit, I based it on her first core refresh doll. I love the doll's pants, and I wish I had something like them in-game. Her formal wear is my favorite. I didn't have an 80s style, but the dress gives jellyfish. If a ghoul is on the 𝗙𝗃𝗃 team or fear leading squad, they get a uniform. Her sleepwear is based on the episode 𝗙𝗃𝗃 Party. Party wear was just fun to give her. I love her sporty swim outfit. Hot weather, she had to have this pearl mermaid shirt. And for cold weather, we go back to her sporty core. I also wanted to show you the ghouls unfrozen so you could see their tails and their face moving. Plus, I tried to show G3's teeth earlier and then realized she was frozen and had to wait until I unfroze her. Let me know what you think of the ghouls. G1 was pretty hard to do justice. Her character design has pretty wide set eyes to make her look like a fish. But even with my CC sliders, that's as far as they got for her. G3, however, I think I'm pretty proud of. Her hair felt impossible, and I had to use so many accessories for the dyed parts, but I'm pretty proud of how she looks. Now it's time to spin that wheel. I'm hoping for one of the boys since we haven't got one yet, but we're starting to even out, so maybe 𝗙𝗃𝗃. Oh gosh, I love her. Okay, I am happy with that. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. I hope you enjoyed the ghouls. Please let me know if you prefer G1 or G3 and which character you're looking forward to me making the most. If you want to see more like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until we meet again, goodbye for now.